Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Kathy White, and I am a gold ambassador with Tastefully Simple. I've been doing Tastefully Simple for 15 years, and I am just sharing some things that I've been using on the Boards app and how it's helped me a little bit. I feel like we may have a couple people popping in as we go along, which is totally fine. Hi, Lisa.
Hello.
It's just you and me, which is totally fine. Like I said, I'm recording, so I'm just going to kind of go. And then if you have questions, let me know, okay?
Sure.
Perfect. So I'm just going to basically show what I have used boards for. I am in no way, shape, or form a expert by any means. But what I like about boards for me right now is it's ridiculously easy and quick and simple. And I don't feel like I am doing a ton of editing on the fly. And for each time I have to copy and paste something, it's very quick and simple. So I'm going to share my screen right now. Hi, Jen. So when you do boards, there are two options when it comes to pricing. There is a free version. I always let people know there is a free version. It may not let me show that to you right now. Oh, it will. Okay. There's really not much that you can do with it, but it is there if you just wanted to check it out. Also, if people share boards with you, you can use those boards that they've shared with you in the free version. And you can use the keyboard feature, which is one of my favorite things with boards. That's kind of how what kind of hooked me on with boards. Um, but you only get a certain amount. Whereas the business piece is a paid thing, but it is definitely worth it and hands down, like it's just unlimited everything. Just one or two options, but I did want to share that real quickly for everyone. Um, so when Board started, I fell in love with it because I could have text messaging and my verbiage all saved in one spot. I had been using it in like my notes section, but sometimes they would get lost and everything. And this was an easy way for me to kind of have it all literally at my fingertips. And it just went, and not only were words at my fingertips, but I also could put images there, which was great. And I could share that and everything. So you'll see on some of my on the left-hand side here are boards, right? And these are like I have my referral link verbiage that I might have, or when I'm doing a Facebook event, I have messaging information that I just know this is what I'm going to be sending to people. So it's always right there. The verbiage is there, and I can categorize it. However, oh, and the other piece is client care connections. I love having my verbiage that I know I want to do, and I'll tweak it here or there, but it's I can have it on my computer, but it's also in my keyboard. Um, and that's the basics of board is that you always have everything right at your fingertips. I think right around November, I'm going to say November, but it could have been like December or something like that. Boards opened up this concept of web pages. And there's a lot of different ways that I'm using these web pages. And the first way, and when you get on boards, like they actually coach you to like make a digital business card, which that's kind of what I did here. And I'm going to click on it so you can see it. It's my face. I've got just my information, who I am. I've got a shop button. I'm going to update it monthly with our bonus buys. When I first originally did this, I didn't have this part, Kathy's top faves. But when I shared it with a couple people to get their feedback, they're like, I want to know what you like. They wanted it to be very personal, which I thought that was interesting. They all said they wanted the recipes right there. I did add the nutritional information. And then you can also add, excuse me, just a space for them to leave their info. Um, you can have them fill out a form. And there's also the option for Venmo and PayPal all to be right there as part of that. If you're familiar with Linktree, that's basically what I treated it like. Very similar to the way I set up my Linktree business. But I did like this that it was all in one spot. So then I started to get a little more thoughtful and they started to roll out a little more options when it comes to building a web page using your board. This was the second one. I'm going to right here where it says get your ticket. This was a game changer for a meal prep class that I did. Um, and basically, and I'm going to be doing another one of these for my next meal prep. It's a way for them to RSVP. You give them all the information, everything like this. They reserve the spot. They're able to pay right here online. And then I go ahead and I go in and order it for them. Yes, you're right. If they're looking to get their VIP rewards, you may want them to message you personally so that, or you can still call them and get that information and place that order on their behalf. But this was such a great way for me to connect with people and get that reservation and know who, and it automatically puts it into a Google Sheet. I love that. I'm not having to set something separate up. Everything is right there. So another thing that I've also used it for is RSVPs for a party. I mean, we all know that it's hard to get for a host to get RSVPs to find out who's coming. So I made this real quickly. She was just doing a simple, like we did, like don't be chicken with your chicken type of idea, but it also put the shopping link in front of everyone. And it also provided a way for me to connect with them personally. The host liked it because she knew exactly who was responding because I could tell her with the Google Sheet. I could share the Google Sheet with her. People could put, yes, I'm coming. No, I can't. They RSVP and it's done. So that was a quick and simple way to do an RSVP for her event. And it still also was a way for her to text out the shopping link in a different way. Um, I know everyone heard me talk about my drop-in experience with my football experience. And I actually, we didn't talk about this on the video, but this was one extra step I took with it. And what I'm doing with all my drop-ins, I'm creating a web page. And basically it's going to have that same shop now. Each of the products that I'm making, I link all of their dessert, all the recipes to them right there. So they have that. If they wanted to know what did we make, that artichoke spinach hummus, oh, it's right here. They have it right at their fingertips. So I could link that right for them. And then this was what was really fun, especially at the football one. I called it, it's a rate your recipe type of thing. And they had to tell me, touchdown, I love it. It was okay or it was a fumble. And for each recipe, they got to tell me and rate it that way. Again, this went straight into a Google Sheet. It allowed me to go back and see what they did like. Maybe they want to order it again. And I could ask them all sorts of different questions, right? As they went along, and then we hit submit. That was one of the, like, when everything started to kind of come to my brain, like, oh, there's a lot of things that we can do with this. So then I decided I'm going to go up here to experience the yum with Shannon. Scroll and shop parties have been around. I believe Becky Launder is the person who created the concept of a scroll and shop. So I do not want to take that concept away from her at all. That is her baby. But I've also kind of played with them. And when I do them on Canva, I just sometimes feel like it's very clunky because I'm always inputting images here or there. And it's just like, oh, I got to make sure this is aligned. And like my OCD kind of, when it comes to digital marketing, kind of comes into play. There's really not a ton that you have to adjust with this because it's super simple. And this is what I'm calling my experience to yum links, or experiential. I forget what I was calling experience the yum links. I don't know. Yummy links. I don't know, something like that. And again, it's super basic. I'm having a shop now option. They have a video option right in the middle. I really love, I'm using all of what HQ already has for us. I am not creating new images. This is everything that is already at our fingertips. And I just kind of pulled out some basics of what I thought were important right now. Then I put another little video in here. And again, I also I like that we can kind of adjust those videos, and as we go along, I put the e-catalog and then the shop again. And then a bonus drawing. If they fill this out, I automatically put them into a little drawing for a recipe, no, a sample or whatever. Um, And yeah, and then they hit that to submit. They have a way to connect with me, talk on Messenger, text me. And then I even ended with this, kind of like the idea of cheers. And then you could even put the QR code. Now, most likely they are scrolling on their phone, right? And so they're not going to be able to click on the QR code, but they can share that QR code with another friend right there. So that was another way of like, oh, what are you doing? Oh, I'm looking at a party and everything. Oh, how do I get in there? Well, here, scan this. And then they can have that as the party link right there. So that was just something I kind of played with there. Okay, and then finally, let's see. I talked about drop-ins, I talked about shop and scroll. One thing I also did, I did a Galentine's event, very similar drop-in to my football. And I did the same concept of here's the recipe that we made with the chocolate lava cake. So anyone who came, they had that ready to go. I put the blueberry in there. All the recipes that I did, or like this seasoning. And so they could see what we tasted it on popcorn, but they could see some other things with it. Um, Same idea. Again, we rated the recipes and they just gave me that information. So I just kind of like the way it can kind of play with it and fun. But now you're probably like, okay, well, show me how to do it, Kathy. I gotcha. Okay. So let's go ahead. I'm going to actually create one right now, live for a person I have a party for on, I'm sorry, an experience on March 12th. Her name is Mary. No joke. I mean, literally, her name is Mary. Now, you could, before I even go here, you could, let's say I just want to use the same link that I have here of Experience the I could click this, copy it into my web pages, paste it here, and it will be the very first one. I can click here and edit it. I know I'm going fast. Um, and then I'm just going to change it to Mary. And everything that I've already done for Bree's party is right there. All I have to do is go into the shop now and change this shopping link right here. So once you've done one, you really don't have to recreate the wheel unless you want to change it up by the season or whatever we're doing. So I'm going to delete this one because we're going to make it from brand new. So I just want you to know, once you've done one though, it's kind of cool because you don't have to worry about it from the rest. Like you've already done a basic one. All right, so let me actually delete this one so I don't forget to do that because that would be something I would do. Okay, now we're going to add a web page. It gives you some real basic options. These are all part of your subscription. You can start from scratch. Um, that is totally your call. Some of these are kind of like basically business cards, some are parties. Some are sales and promotion, product pages. I'm going to do a party one. I like this one. Yeah, that looks like I want to try this. I'm going to choose this template over here on the right side. And it kind of walks you right through what to do. It says personalize your page, tap each section. First thing I always like to tell people, go ahead and name it because you just want to make sure that you don't lose it amongst all the things. So I'm going to say experience the yum with Mary. Done. My event name, I'm going to click on it. I'm going to say Mary's Tasty Time, March 12th, 6 p.m. And here for my image, although I really like this image and I kind of want it, I'm going to add in an image from you can either choose it from your boards that you already have that already saved in there, or you can select it from something you've downloaded. I downloaded some things from Get Social, so I'm going to pull it from my computer. I don't know. What do I want to use, guys? Let's go ahead and I'll use the Taste of Tropics right here. And there's my cover image. It's right there. Done. Beautiful. Love it. And so for additional information, I'm just going to say, join us at Mary's for some food and fun. it's almost kind of like, does this make you feel like you're setting up a Facebook event? Right? So it's literally walking you through all the steps. Okay. Now, you're going to see on the right-hand side, it updates it in real time. That's the word. In real time. And so I can actually scroll over here to see what it will look like for whoever is looking at this. So now I can see how this kind of plays out. Again, my OCD does come out here. If it was me, I would be putting food and fun on the second line, all of it. You can't adjust that. You know what? Let it be. Let them, right? Let that be. It is what it is. Let that go. Let the OCD go. For this button label, I'm going to put a shop now, and I will put in her experience link, which I don't have handy, but I'm just going to type that in here right now. Um, you probably need an actual website. Okay, so normally I would put in her experience link, but I don't have that handy right now. www.tastefullysimple.com. That's what I'm going to do. But normally you'll put in the experiencesimple.com. Okay. Then you get to kind of play with it. So if you notice on the right-hand side, headline means it's bold and big. Paragraph means it's small and little. Okay, so those are all little things. So maybe here I'm going to put what, maybe we can say what you will be tasting. And I'm going to add I've been adding the blueberry cheese ball to my tasting boxes for everyone to enjoy. So maybe I can say the blueberry bash cheese ball has been a hit or something like that. I don't know. You can be more fun. So instead of an image here, well, I could replace this image with the blueberry cheese ball. Or actually, I was thinking maybe I would do the blueberry video, the blueberry cheese ball video, right? And I believe I have that in my boards. Let me see. If not, we'll just do the image. I've got the blueberry cheese ball and I pulled it right in there. Um, Now the next part that they have here is to reserve a spot. You don't have to have it say that way. Maybe you don't want to put in a checkout or anything like that. Maybe you want to highlight another product, or maybe you want to say, "Are you coming?" Um, we'll put in RSVP. Are you coming to experience the yum? Question mark. And then I can take this. Now, I don't want them to have a ticket or anything like that. So I can just delete those. Yep, delete, delete. And I don't want to have a product actually. So I'm actually going to delete this. Nope, this whole checkout. But I do want to add a form. So this form allows me to get their name, their number, their email, their address, and a message. And I can also add more information too down below. So I'm going to actually take off email. I don't need their email right now. I always let them say like comment, but I also like to add in a quick little multiple choice. Are you coming? Yes or no? Yes, no, maybe, or whatever. No, maybe. And that's it. So this is a way that you can set up this RSVP, and I'm actually going to put this up here above comment. And then if I just click here, connect to Google Sheets, it's going to connect it immediately to my Google Sheets. And there it is. RSVP, are you coming to experience the yum? And hit submit. I think I will also add one more shop now button. So when you want to add a button, you can go over here. You can add so many different things when it comes to little buttons. Right here, I'm just going to get my shop now button. And again, you would put your experience link right in here. And then they have that right at the bottom too. So that's kind of how I'm setting up Mary's tasting page. It's giving her a little bit of information here. couple of things that you could also add. You don't have to. Maybe a link to the e-catalog. Over here on the left side, you could add an image, more images. You could add a video. Let's say we want to add a video. We'll add a video real quick. We'll choose from my boards. Let me find a video real quick. I think I have one. Maybe I don't. Maybe I don't have a video handy. All right, we'll edit that at the end. So you could add a video or whatever. You could add more buttons for links. Wanted to add your profile picture, you could do that real quickly, and it's just basically that business card. You can really kind of play with this. And then I just double check, you click done. And then I've got the experience the yum with Mary. All I have to do to share this with Mary is click share. It copies it and I send it to her. I can always go back and edit it if I want to add more. You can copy it this way if I wanted to make another one of the same things. So that's how I would do an RSVP. With the experience, the Yum shop and scrolls, I was a little more specific with more videos and more information. Just because, but I don't give them the entire catalog, right? You're just highlighting some of the basics and giving them the resource to find more information through you. Okay. Did I go off topic? Did I go crazy? I would love any feedback right now. That's my basics of this. Thoughts, questions?
That was awesome, Kathy. That was awesome.
Okay.
Thank you. Um, Question for you. So this is exclusively a texting option,
Um,
or can you do an email through this?
it would be, you would be sharing a link. So it's funny you say that. I was connecting with my team and I'm just going down to my team group. And I actually wrote my email to them in board. Nope, that's not it. In boards. But then I copied it. So like you can copy the text and then put it into an email. But then I took that same information and had it ready because some people, if they didn't respond to me in email, I still had the information here that I could text them. And I actually texted them the same information. So basically, no, what you're saying, but it is an option. When you do the web page, I would say the web page, you're sharing out that link. So you could create this web page, but you're only sharing the link.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Yep. And then this is not anything that's automated to send out like project broadcast.
Nope.
You are personally texting it one
Yep.
person at a time.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. When I email, obviously I'm just BCCing everything.
Right.
No, I'm not a huge automated person. I lose connections that way.
Mhm.
So Kathy, on your scroll
Yep.
and shots, are you just sending it to the host and the host is sending
Nope.
it to her friends?
Kind of both. Depends on what the host wants. I should say yes for the most part. Yeah, so I sent this to Shannon. Nope, this one's Bree, I guess. I sent this to Bree. So she could share it out with her friends and family. Now, Bree also wanted a Facebook event set up. So I did set that up, but then I posted this in there and kind of referred people back to it. Shannon doesn't want a Facebook thing at all. So this is a way for me to kind of like share all the information I normally would share via Facebook all in one spot. And she was sharing it out to her friends and family. Just like you would share a link for shopping, she was just sharing this instead of like just the experience link for shopping. Does that make sense?
Yep, thank you. My
Yep.
mind is just rolling with this. Would you ever do like a group message, whether text or Facebook message, and share the link so that you can answer any questions? Or is this
Yeah, I think it definitely has that potential for like a messenger party or whatever. I think it definitely has that option and potential. I mean, you could definitely play with it that way. I have found with messenger parties, um, so a host really needs to know how to invite people. I think sometimes they over invite and they forget that not everyone wants to be a part of that. So, um, that's just the one thing that I have found. But
Yeah, this is great. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, thank you,
yeah.
Kathy.
It's my pleasure. I will, like I said, I recorded this. Thank God I just checked. I was like, oh my God, what if I didn't hit record? I did. I will share this to all the things. But if you have any questions, again, just reach out. I do like it. I wouldn't say like it's like the be all end all to all things at all. I just used all like 4 times in a sentence. But I like the simplicity of it rather than having to go into Canva and edit every single link and da 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 da. This makes it way quicker, simpler. And if anyone wants me to share my board of web pages and then you can just copy them and use them, you can. That's the cool thing. I can share my boards and everyone can just use them. So, also, one more thing. If you don't know, Becky Launder has her own boards page that she updates frequently and always has all sorts of great information in it. Actually, I'll share with you real quickly what it kind of looks like. Um, and let me go back. Okay. She has Modern Direct Seller. That's what this is on the left-hand side, 365 content. Every single month, she has already laid out things for you to use with your clients. Literally every day. You don't have to think about it. She's already done it. So you can go in and use that, and she's also got Canva graphics and she has those linked there. Highly, highly suggest getting boards just for that, if nothing else. Okay, now I'm done. All right, guys, have a good day.
Thank you, Kat.
Thanks, Kathy.